Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I kind of had a 2.5 week hiatus as my wife and I took a nice long cruise from England to Scotland and Norway and Iceland, and we spent some extra time in Iceland and had just a fantastic time. And before I left, I had changed the oil on my daughter's 2016 RAV4 that you see behind me. So when I got back, in fact, the evening we got back, she came over with the grandkids, and when they were getting ready to leave, she started up a RAV4 and it didn't sound right. So I was like, uh-oh. So popped the hood, took a quick peek at it, and I'll show you what I found, and I'm gonna let you hear it also. This is the racket that this thing is making, and it is loud. And I noticed right down here, you can see it, the tensioner for the pulley is cockeyed. It's at a weird angle, you see that? So I knew that I needed to replace that for her. It's the pulley is actually at an angle. You're looking at it right there, and it's not even, the belt's not even on the whole pulley, because the pulley is sitting like this at an angle. You see that? So that is making quite the noise, and that the upper part of it was just kind of rattling away back and forth. So I went down and I picked up a new belt and a new tensioner. There is the part number for it, in case anybody else needs to do this. And here is the part number for the belt. I prefer to use Toyota parts, but there are aftermarket parts and they might be a little bit less. But this one lasted 84,000 miles, so I figured we might as well stick with a good OEM part. So I'm going to go ahead and get this jacked up. The easiest way to gain access is through the wheel well here. I'm going to take off the tire, remove a panel, and we'll have access to it. It's a little easier than trying to remove all of this, and it's kind of hard to get hands in there with all this junk. So we're going to try that method first. Did a little prepping here off camera, but I got the car jacked up and I have the tire off. So this panel right here is what we need to remove to gain access, and it's just some clips. So let's go ahead and let me get my trim removal tool and we'll pop that off real quick. Let's start by taking these two upper clips off. I don't know if this has ever been off on this car or not, since she just recently bought it used. Now there are two of them also underneath. I'll point them out and then I'll do them. So you can see here's one right here, and yes, there are two on the bottom, right there and right there. I just didn't move the camera far enough forward to see it when I was laying under there. But once you get the four clips, there's the two underneath, there's the two above. Just slide that out, and then you can gain access to it. I have the proper tool to release the tension on the pulley, and for the life of me, I can't find it. And I used it not that long ago, so I really hate that, but I finally gave up, and I was able to just use a 14mm wrench, and you put it on this bolt right here, and then just pull it the right direction, and what it does is it moves the pulley like this. So this is sitting like this, and it moves the pulley like this, so you're able to get the tension off the belt and pop it off. And once you get it off one pulley, you're golden, and you can kind of see that this is all off now. I'm just gonna pull that out from underneath. Then we can undo the bolt that goes right here and holds the entire thing on. Pull that one off, put the new one on, and put the new belt on, and we're done. It's not a terribly hard job to do. It's just you're working in a more limited space. So here's my old belt. And oh, it actually, I can feel how it's wearing right here, and you can see that. But I was worried that it was going to be even worse. So, and the belt's actually not in too bad a condition, even with this wear right here. But since we're in there and we got to pull it off anyway, might as well put a new one back on. So let me get my 12, I believe. It's a 12mm bolt, and it's the one right in the middle there. So I was able to get a 12mm shallow socket down in there. I'm going to try it from above just to break it loose. If not, I'll try it from down below, but let's see how this works. There's not a lot of leeway. I think my shorter one might be better here. So I used a smaller, shorter 12mm ratcheting wrench just to break this bolt loose. And I can actually just get my fingers down in there now that it's loose. And so I'm just undoing the bolt right now. So I want you guys to see this. Look at how, see how that is just like bent over? I mean, it's weird. You would think that that could be designed so that would not fail like that, but look at it compared to the new one. You can really see that gap. Here it's the same all the way around, and there it's not. I'm gonna put this back in. So there's a little notch, you see it right there. There's a little notch that goes in place, and then the bolt will go right through here. We'll snug that up, and then we'll get the tension off here and slip the belt back over it. Sometimes that's all easier said than done. I will also show you here on the video the routing of the belt, so that anybody that wants to do this has that information if you didn't pay attention to it before you took the old belt off. So let's get the bolt through here and get this snugged up. And I apologize now that it's just really impossible to show me working down in there, to get the camera down in there with my hands in the way. So that's why I'm trying to describe exactly what I'm doing. And like I said, it's one bolt, so it's not rocket science when it comes to this. Access is more the key, and if you've got smaller hands, this is going to be a better job. I've got larger hands, and so it's a little trickier, but I got it out, and we'll get the new bolt in. In case anybody wants to see it, here's the part number for the bolt. I ordered a new bolt because I wasn't sure if the old one was bent or not because of the way the pulley was hanging. So it was only $1 something, worth the price in my book. There's the new one, bolt snugged up. It is torqued at 15 foot-pounds, but I was not able to get my torque wrench down into that slot there. So I just did the German torque of Guten Tight, and we'll go with that. Now just time to throw the belt on. There is the new idler pulley on. All done up, got the belt on now, just the reverse. So the easiest thing when you're doing the belt is get it over all of the ribbed pulleys. And then when you release the pressure on the tension on the pulley, you can just slide it over one of these smooth pulleys, either the idler arm itself or the water pump, which is just below the alternator. Now that this is done, look at, you can tell what's new. See how nice and shiny it is down there? Right there. So now that that part is done, I can go ahead and pop the cover back on. It covers that right there, and put the wheel back on. So let me get to it. Just the 4 clips, so I'll just take a second. So this job is done. The idler pulley was definitely bad. It was defective, so got that changed out. I think I've also got another issue on this, and the water pump seems to be working okay, but I think the water pump bearing is also shot because I'm still getting some noise. So I think that I need to go ahead and look into getting a water pump and changing that also, which is a little bit of the same work. Have to take the serpentine belt back off, take the alternator off, which is right above the water pump, then I can get access to that. So that will be another video, but this is done, and the idler pulley was definitely bad and faulty, so it's good that that part is done. Now I just gotta check out the water pump. So that will be another day and another video. Thanks for coming along, guys. Hope this helps anybody with this issue. And until next time, we'll see you down the road.